Northern Nigeria will be better off under a president who is not a Muslim from North, Bishop Mathew Kuka. Mathew Kuka, a Catholic bishop in Sokoto, has stated that Northern Nigeria will likely make more progress under a president who is not a Muslim from the region. In an interview with Signature TV, Kuka said he has always shared this view with his friends in the North because history shows that the region has not benefited much from having many of its own people in power. He said Northern leaders have governed Nigeria for the longest period since Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa's time as Prime Minister, yet the North still faces numerous challenges. In Kuka's word, I have always said to my friends in the North, let me tell you, I'm convinced that Northern Nigeria will be better off under a president who is not necessarily a Muslim from Northern Nigeria. Because look at the records from Tafawa Balewa to date. Who has governed Nigeria the most, and what do we have to show for it? Well, it is the truth anyways, because even the last person that was there, Buhari, what did he really do for the people in his region, in the North? Their senators, their ministers, they are not doing anything for them over there. And it's the truth. It is really, really the truth. Chris Ozabo says, only a foolish man will support a Muslim ticket in the next election. Muslim ticket is sheer madness, I'm telling you. It is. Pep's Charles says, sincerely, you have been terribly blindfolded by Trump sentiments from the North, especially from where the bishop hails. Obi was massively loved and voted for. It would be a mark of self-deceit to assume this posture. The people literally love Obi to a fault, to the extent of a going rider was voted a lawmaker, which most likely never happened in your region. The truth is, some of you like misfiring. Father Kuka knows what obtains in the northern politics more than any sentimental outburst. Probably is replying to somebody else that they are just sentiments. They are just using sentiment for this, but they know that it is the truth. None of the northern leaders has actually done anything for them in that north. In fact, they are suffering more. Meanwhile, we've had more northern presidents, more Muslim presidents, and there is nothing really to show for it. Pepstra says, very correct, sir. Okereke says, I hate people like you who speaks from the two sides of their mouth. You were along the clergyman who wrote Peter Obi off in 2023, and you gave your support to Tinubu. Well, you said Muslims from the north, meaning that you are still in support of your paymaster, Tinubu. So pathetic. Okay. Stargy says, Nigeria as a whole is allowed to be sharing power with an evil group of men for ages. Fulani is only 6% of the entire Nigeria, Hausa 24%, Igbos 14%, and Yorubas 13%, as by CIA reports. Since 1999, the Fulani has picked power in Umar Yar'Adua, and they are cursed President Muhammadu Buhari with about 2 or 3 VPs. The 1994 Constitutional Conference treated the Middle Belt into 3 regions under the political shroud of Fulani irredentism. Today, when power is shared between North and South, the Fulani always grabs it. Why? That question. It has two tilabi and it has 2 edge and a wire. How did I used to put that in? Abubakar says, was Northern Nigeria any better under non-Muslims or even Muslim Nigerians president? Kuka, what do you derive from staring the honestness? How is he staring the honestness? He's saying the truth. People don't like the truth. Jibril says, so-called man of God that talks senseless, the good old days similar to Jonathan's time, where you go to the villa and walk away with Ghana must go, are gone forever. I think apart from separating, if we are going to separate in this country, apart from separating probably the Igbos, Yoruba, Hausas, I think we should also separate the Muslims from the Christians, because some of these Muslims, I don't know the way they reason. Some of them, they have good reasoning, but majority of them, the way they reason is out of this. So we need to separate from them as well. They should go and have their own country. Hoji Muhammad says, nonsense and ingredient, another fake pastor, Edule's brother. Okay, go bring Peter Obi or Jonathan. That corruption got to his peak during his tenure. Plus Obasanjo, if you like. Which corruption got to his peak? Are you people serious? Are you a joker? Very funny people. Guest 937 says, you are frustrated idiot, bigot and hypocrite, as well as stupid time waster. Why are you fighting me like this? Why are you insulting? Is it a Kuka that you're insulting like that now? Wow. Ahmed Rufai says, Kuka's analysis can be said to be correct, absolutely. A fifth columnist much at work. Even when the North we used to know under the founding fathers were righteous ones, honest and fought to develop the region and the nation at large until the January 66 madness. January 66. Yes, the North now faces challenges and old rivalry between regions, which has ever been till now sees advantage, even though many Northern leaders settled and betrayed the founding fathers that we know and we see it, and it borders patriotic ones, but then a divide and rule tactics deployed now. Now, wow, what is this person saying? Adamu says hypocrite. Okay, Raymond says truth. Koya Wasim says this man of God is a wise man. Okay. At Alman Score says political pastors, you people have nothing to preach than talking about politics. What have politics contribute in terms of religion? Yeah, question. Mark Sani says Erifa is an evil man. It runs in their blood. Adeyemi Leko says, as a matter of fact, wonderfully Excellency Oluwaseyi Omo Makinde's integrity, supportive objectives to be the next useful and honestly transparent solution to improve on Tinubu's antecedent against nepotistic corruption and disadvantages in non-accountability. Carelessly and carefree to transparency on sensitive matters, Tinubu is capitalism-oriented and is unavoidably unable to impose disadvantageous and honest discipline to ensure prudence on sensitive, transparent efficiency. Tony says, now you are talking, let us give Peter Obi a chance. He will rule Nigeria well. Let us forget sentiment. Of course he will. He would definitely do that. Deep Lucy says, yes, of course. Westwell says, sir, tell the truth though, but they will not want to hear. Sir, they are very comfortable with the situation in the north. Yes, now, because all of them, they be Boko Haram now. See the way they are getting free money. Kidnap somebody, collect ransom. This country, Adobaka says, you are very correct. Abamamo said, we haven't seen any changes in the northern states that Christian rules, no any development. And this is how they will change the country. It says, who can change a state can never be able to change 36 states. Iko one says, that's true from the bishop. As scholar says, Kuka, you are indirectly campaigning for Peter Obi, and as a man of God, you're supposed to be natural in your comment because you have Muslims and non-Muslims looking up to you for direction. At Manasseh says, Northern rich Nigerians careless about their endemic underdevelopment, very poor growth in education, malnourished population. They are happy and satisfied only if they are Northerners, if it is their Northerner, even if a moron like Buhari is the sitting president. Eric says, my Lord Archbishop is talking from experience. If only INEC chairman will not adopt arithmetical puzzle into it. This new INEC chairman, I think they are all the same. Edina says, Nigeria will never work with Northern Muslims who don't see anything good in others except themselves. Meanwhile, they don't have anything to offer other than stealing, buying, and destruction of Nigeria. He said, Sabua says, to be very frank with your religion difference, will never be set aside in the Northern Nigeria till thy kingdom come. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.